Groups of workers around the country plan to make a new push for a higher minimum wage. Among those taking part in local events tomorrow is part of a national day of action are a service worker at Logan Airport, Lazaro Monterrey, and a member of the National Organizing Committee with the Fight for 15, Darius Cephas. Thank you both very much
Thanks
for having
us.
Thank you,
sir, for having us.
I want to start with Darius because I guess you're going to be maybe involved in the early morning event when a lot of people are coming to fast food places for breakfast. There's going to be a disruption.
Yes, definitely. We're trying to take this to a new level compared to what we've been doing in every strike. We're trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what we plan on doing. That's how we're going to succeed in what we're doing because it's something that we need. It's something that we fight for. We're fighting for our families. We're fighting for our friends. We're fighting for the people who don't speak up for themselves as much. We're fighting for undocumented workers. We're fighting for a lot of people. And these are things that 6 in the morning is when we hitting it from east all the way to the west side. 6 in the morning, it's going to be consecutive for the whole day.
Well, Sarah, what about you? Because you're going to be involved in another event later in the day in East Boston near the airport. Talk about what you do right now.
Well, we're going to have a rally tomorrow. We plan to go by the State House. We plan to let the people know that we are united, that we're getting together, we're fighting for better benefits and fighting for the $15. We got people, like he said before, struggling too much, and the economy, the prices go higher and higher. Practically $10, I get paid $10.50 an hour, like ain't not much. I got people working with me that have 2 or 3 shifts, and it's not fair for a human being, you know.
And what about the work you do? Because a lot of people might take it for granted, but if you have to do this work, it can be a real pain, right?
It can be a really pain, yeah, because most of the time, we got, like you said before, people that came with heavy weight.
So you help people who use wheelchairs?
Yeah,
right.
People that really need it, because they got some injuries, some problems, and they cannot be able to walk out of the plane. So we have to take them from the plane outside. And sometimes the weight and other stuff, like people can deal with it, and we don't have enough support by the company. A lot of equipment that they provide to us is already passed out, like they need to improve. And we fighting for that. Like we need Logan Airport, Massport, the owner of Logan Airport to get involved with this because the company FSS is doing things that don't go according to the law. And a lot of people over there is feeling threatening. A lot of people don't got documentations already in time, and they are afraid to speak up, to do forward, because they might think they're gonna lose their job because they threaten them. Like, if you speak forward, you go to the union or this or that, we're gonna take your boss away. So that's most of the people over there stay quiet, and somebody got to talk. Somebody got to stop this. Somebody got to talk. And the union is there. We're trying to unite with them. We try to fight for our rights.
We're talking with 2 workers in the Fight for 15, Lazaro Monterrey and Darius Cephas. Darius, one thing that we're hearing more about, again, especially where the election has turned out, is the Republican side saying that if you increase the minimum wage, you're going to destroy jobs. You've heard that before. What do you say to people when they put that at you?
Well, we've been hearing it for 4 years. Like, this strike that's coming up tomorrow is something that's been happening for 4 years. It started in New York with 200 workers, and it has grown to over 340 cities. It's 40 different countries and 6 different continents. And this is something where everybody was saying $15 was a joke. It wasn't possible. It's wrong and all this stuff. But you see so many states now that actually won. Like 4 states now actually won a higher increase in their pay. These are things that people are saying to the world, like, we have to pay for our family. We have to pay for everything else. We have to survive. We can't suffer in silence no more. And that's what we've been doing for years and years and years. Like, my mother's in a wheelchair, so I understand that struggle that he's feeling. You know what I mean? So when her caretakers came and we had to lift her up and all that stuff, that's a lot of work. Regardless if it's something that they feel as though shouldn't be paid for in the way they want, but $15 in a union is something that everyone needs, because union creates demand for corporations to actually take that step in the initiative to understand their employees.
Lazaro, I guess it used to be easy for people who worked at the airport to afford to live in a place like East Boston, which is very handy. But these days, I guess that's changing.
It's changing. For example, Dorchester is one of the areas, the lower high, and right now the prices are going too higher. It's kind of hard. It's very, very hard. And right now, the working people, we got like 64 million people. It's like a 5% of Americans working, and we need to pay bills. We got necessity. We gotta buy clothing. We gotta send our kids to school, and many other things. Like if the worker labor, like we really deserve $15 an hour, cause everything's going up, and it's like $10.50. I can afford to pay $15,000 rent. Yeah. It's like I'm broke at the end of my check. It's like ain't worth it.
Darius, I know that your idea of the minimum is this is about chain fast food. We're not talking about mom and pop businesses, but what do you want the customers to think if they go tomorrow and they see something as a little out of the ordinary?
We want them to join us. Like every strike I've ever been on, I call them, we pick up people. Basically, we pick up customers that go to this McDonald's that know some of the employees that's on strikes. You know what I mean? Some of the workers that are on strike, they be like, oh, you're on strike, okay, cool. I'm gonna come out with y'all. And this would be a customer, and they be with us all day. They take that extra initiative. This is something that we need to show and display on that we do on a national scale, so everyone knows that it's not only fast food, airport workers, home care workers, all these workers that's making, there's 64 million of us making under $15 an hour. So regardless of which field of work you're in, you fit somewhere in our criteria where we're trying to make it better.
Lazaro, you're going to be having the rally tomorrow. Talk about where that's going to be in East Boston.
Yeah, we're going to be having a rally tomorrow. It's going to be next to the T line train in East Boston. It's gonna be like workers uniting, trying to figure it out a way that we can push this forward with Logan Airport. Try to make a statement, see that we need a union and we want FSS to accept the union, because right now there's a lot of discrimination going on, and we need this to stop. We need to put an end, and we uniting tomorrow when this little rally that we got just to configure a better way to push this forward. And we're gonna keep doing it because we deserve it.
Darius, one more event on the schedule tomorrow as well, up at the State House. You have something?
Oh yes, we had our election, so we're going to the State House to basically give that extra push to politicians. You have your seat now, so what are you planning on doing next? What is your next move? Because the simple fact is that we have so many senators and so many people that represent the people versus representing corporations and big businesses. So we want to find out where they stand on that line. You know what I mean? This is something that needs to be done, something that needs to happen, and wages need to increase for workers in order to survive and pay to make the economy better. You know what I mean? Everything's connected and it's all in a cycle. It's from crime to poverty all the way to success. It's all a cycle. And that's something we're gonna have to break. We have to break that cycle in order to make it to the next level in our lives.
Thank you both very much, Darius Cephas and Lazaro Monterrey from the Fight for 15.